latest on the manhunt for two escaped Southeast Kansas inmates.
As the school year draws to a close for many districts across the 4 states, they're now taking the opportunity to look back at the past year on the lessons they've learned. I'm Chris Warner. We'll hear from officials with the Joplin and Neosho school districts on some of those lessons learned and what you can expect for the upcoming school year.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Cherokee County authorities are asking you to keep an eye out for these two men. Mark Hopkins II and Wayne Martzloff escaped from the jail in Columbus overnight. The men are considered armed and dangerous.
It's important to make sure your vehicles are secured, your home is secured. If you see suspicious activity, if you see these individuals or people that look like these individuals, contact your local law enforcement.
Hopkins was held for a double homicide. Martzloff was in jail for drug-related crimes. Authorities have filed additional charges for aggravated escape. A Fairland, Oklahoma woman is dead following a crash in Ottawa County. Authorities with the Oklahoma Highway Patrol say it happened just before 6 yesterday evening on State Highway 125. They say a vehicle driven by 42-year-old Karen Roach crossed the center line, colliding with a vehicle driven by 39-year-old Alicia Smalley. Roach died at the hospital. Her 2 juvenile passengers and Smalley, along with her 2 juvenile passengers, were injured, but at last report they were in fair condition. Checking in with Doug Hetty. Some more rain chances out there, Doug.
Yeah, we've had some scattered showers, even some thunderstorms out there throughout the afternoon into the evening hours. None of these too strong or severe, just kind of hit and miss, little pockets of showers and thunderstorms, some heavy amounts of rain in some of these little storms, but again, none of them are severe, which is good news. But you can see a little pocket dropping through southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and these are going to continue at least hit and miss over the next several hours, and then I think later on tonight these will all kind of dissipate, and then most of the night looks pretty good. We may get a few scattered thunderstorms in here late tonight into tomorrow morning, but at least we don't have to worry about a severe threat over the next 12 to 18 hours. Temperatures are mainly sitting into lower 70s. We'll drop back through the 70s, 60s as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. All right, so for tonight, very low severe threat, much of the same tomorrow, but a moderate threat on Thursday, a high threat Thursday night. So we're going to break this down and, of course, go over our severe weather threats over the next few days here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Doug. School is out or almost out for most districts in our area. KOAM's Chris Warner spoke with 2 district officials as they review the past year and look toward the school year ahead.
The 2020-2021 school year presented a number of unique challenges for districts in our area when it came to planning how students would get back to class.
I remember saying at the beginning of the year when we were planning so specifically our COVID reentry plans and all the safety protocols and how our buildings would look, we said, if this goes well, at the end of the year we're going to think that we overreacted. And if it goes poorly, then we're going to think that we underreacted.
Beyond deep cleaning practices and sanitizing between classes, substitutes were another consideration.
Any extra substitutes that we had were really offset by the fact that our teachers were not traveling to professional development opportunities and out of the classrooms for meetings and other things that we normally would in a school year.
In Neosho, Superintendent Dr. Jim Cummins says they planned ahead in their budget.
We budgeted 13% increase in our subs for the year because we kind of knew that there would be not only the COVID quarantines, but the expectation if you had a sniffle or whatever, stay home. And we're at about 8% over prior year.
When it comes to getting kids back to class this fall, both districts are hoping for something closer to normal.
It'll be a lot of return to normalcy. I think we've learned some things about social distancing, about flu season, some things that will certainly help us sanitation wise, and there will be some things that we do differently than we have in the past, but in a lot of regards it'll be normal.
Well, we're very hopeful that what students and parents can expect is a real return to our traditions and more normal, open for business type activity.
In Joplin and Neosho, Chris Warner, KOAM News.
The Joplin School Board is meeting right now, and one of the things they're going to be considering is whether the mask mandate in the district should be dropped. Neosho's mask mandate ends tomorrow. Pittsburgh public school students who participate in summer school activities will be able to do so without masks. The school district today rescinded its mask requirements for all students and staff. The district says the decision was made with an emphasis that students, staff, and visitors continue to monitor their symptoms. Missouri drivers can expect delays and road closures when work begins on June 1st for a new roundabout at the intersection of 171 and YY in Jasper County. MoDOT officials say the change is coming to enhance safety in the area. The existing intersection is close to the railroad tracks that run along 171. That means vehicles, especially large semis and farm equipment approaching from the west on YY, have to sit across from the railroad tracks waiting for a gap in traffic. The new roundabout intersection will be moved over to prevent that from happening. For much of the construction, you'll be able to use the existing roads, but there will be times that road must be shut down. When that happens, drivers will be directed to use detours. The project costs nearly $10 million, and officials expect it to be completed by December 15th. Still ahead, Joplin kindergartners get an immersive lesson in what it's like dealing with autism. And for the first time in more than a decade, the Newton County Special Olympics hosts a torch run. St. Mary's Elementary kindergartners in Joplin today learned at least a little bit about what life is like for their classmates who have autism. Students went through an autism simulation activity. The activity had students experience different things like dealing with pebbles in their shoes and socks on their hands. They also had to write the alphabet while lights flickered.
Be a fun activity that also involves adults with autism. I mean, we have staff here putting on the workshop, but we also have adults with autism. And they can see that, people with autism have all varying levels of skills and abilities. And I think they will leave here with a lot of knowledge and a ton of fun.
Today's simulation was presented by Easter Seals. The Newton County Special Olympics today hosted a torch run featuring several members of local law enforcement agencies. The torch represents courage and celebrates the 140 Special Olympics athletes in Newton County. This was the first time the county did a law enforcement torch run in more than a decade. The Joplin Business Expo got underway today at Downstream Casino. Today was just for the businesses. Tomorrow it's going to be open for the general public from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This year's expo has an 80s theme. The organization Joplin for Justice will soon celebrate its first anniversary. The group is fundraising for an event to mark the occasion. On June 5th, they plan to have a celebration with food and activities, as well as a memorial for victims of police brutality.
After a year of having Joplin for Justice, I feel like we've done an amazing job being present and influential in our community, and that will just continue to grow. We are just now really getting established in a lot of things, so I look forward to see what the next year brings.
Joplin for Justice is raising the funds through a GoFundMe through June 4th. Later, the Kansas City City Council reallocates millions of dollars in police funding, and now city leaders are bracing for lawsuits.
And we've had plenty of rain around over the past week or so, and more showers and thunderstorms to come. Latest on that coming up. Well, it didn't turn out to be a bad Tuesday. Of course, we've had some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, but nothing too strong, nothing severe, which is always great news, especially in late May. We've had 6 severe weather events so far this season, and out of all 6 of them, we haven't had a big event, which is great. We're actually a little bit below average. We should be at about 8 events, but we're going to catch up here over the next few days. Temperatures, they're okay. Most of us are sitting low to mid 70s across the region. We have these south winds, fairly light at about 5 to 10 to 15 have been kicking in all day long. These are going to continue tonight and then into the daytime hours for us tomorrow. But a lot of clouds. We do have some scattered showers. We're looking east from 7th and Rangeline. Currently sitting at 73, south winds 5 to 10. Humidity, of course, is high. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 70s, 60s. We'll bottom out mid to upper 60s for overnight lows. All right, we do have some scattered showers. Had a few thunderstorms earlier, but now these are mainly just light little showers, which continue to push through. You can see this little cluster, southeastern Kansas kind of pushing right along the state line, and then really just kind of falling apart. We still have a few little pockets of moderate showers in there. Besides that, one near Greenfield, one east of Neosho just by Granby, and then also southwestern parts of Berry County. Again, nothing strong, nothing severe for us tonight, which is great. Out to the west, thunderstorms. These will be scattered. A few of those may try to get in here late tonight into tomorrow morning, but I really think most of tonight is fairly quiet. Over the next couple hours, we'll have a few showers and then fairly quiet most of the night. Let's go through the day. We're going to go all the way into the afternoon. There's a chance we could get a few isolated storms late in the day, but I think most of us stay dry tomorrow. Actually, a pretty good day. Partly sunny, we heat up, 77 by noon, high temp right around 83. We're going to have those south winds at 5 to 15. Tomorrow night, thunderstorms to our northwest. A few of these may try to clip the area as we head into Thursday morning, but again, tomorrow night mainly stays dry. So let's go through Thursday morning, a few scattered thunderstorms. Let's go to 2 p.m. Atmosphere starts to get a little bit unstable out there. We're going to have a front out across the I-35 corridor. Thunderstorms will explode along the front, and we are going to have a tornado threat, at least on the beginning side of these storms as they push through. And then it's mainly going to switch over to a large hail and wind threat, and still a tornado threat, but more of a smaller tornado threat. But these are going to work through. These are going to be Thursday evening into Thursday night. I think most of these will be out of here by midnight, 2 a.m. by Friday morning, but something we want to watch. All right, so at least an elevated threat. This is going to be for late Thursday and Thursday night. Tornado threat, we're going to elevate it, but the highest threat is going to be hail, wind, and rain. So this is from really 3 p.m. Thursday until about midnight, which would be Friday morning. So we're going to have to watch that. Here's some good news, though. On the backside, we clear out. Holiday weekend looks fantastic. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, thunderstorm chances back in. Late Monday into Tuesday. A little chilly for Memorial Weekend, but not bad as we sit into the 70s. All right, 83 tomorrow, 84 Thursday. A little cooler through the weekend. Thunderstorms back in late Monday and Tuesday.
Keeping a close eye on Thursday.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. With severe weather chances ramping up in the coming days, now is the time to download the KOAM Skywatch weather app. You can get up-to-the-minute severe weather updates sent straight to your phone. It's available free of charge. You'll find it in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. A presumed tornado leaves damage in a small Kansas town. One person, a firefighter, was injured. Micah Gosha is the captain of the Sheridan County Fire Department in Selden, a group of volunteer firefighters servicing the town. When the power went out, the tornado sirens did not turn on to warn people of what was coming. Gosha, with the help of law enforcement, used his truck and loudspeaker to go through the town to warn people. In the process, he was hit in the back of the neck by a downed power line that was not active, but he continued on his route.
That's my job on the department, is to make sure everything's good. I mean, we've got a motto: risk a little to save a little, risk a lot to save a lot, risk a life to save a life. And so we're out here doing everything we can to keep everybody else safe.
Gosha is originally from Selden and has strong ties to the community. His mother owns the local cafe. His sister has a chiropractic office there, and he has a motel. He says in a small town, your neighbors are more than neighbors. They're family. Still ahead, Kansas City leaders brace for lawsuits after reallocating millions of dollars in police funding. Kansas City Council's decision to reallocate millions of dollars in police funding faces backlash. Reporter Leslie Aguilar has the story.
After the City Council voted 9-4 Thursday to reallocate about $44 million of the police department's funding into a new Community Services and Prevention Fund, the backlash was swift and loud.
This is wrong. I can't support this.
That makes this city unsafe for our children and our families. So the next murder is on your heads.
So I recognize that maybe there'd be people that sometimes don't like legislation. When they're angry, they sue. That being said, look, City Council followed the rules.
The Kansas City Fraternal Order of Police posted a scathing statement on Facebook today, saying in part, the recent move intentionally defunds the Kansas City Police Department by $54 million in just 3 weeks. The equivalent of 450 positions will need to be cut. Mayor Quentin Lucas says that's not true. He spoke about the issue today following a police board of commissioners meeting that was closed to the public, a decision he voted against.
And I think that if you look at everybody who has been the loudest on disagreeing with it, not only have they pushed a few falsehoods, like no one from the Northland was consulted, which is just not true. They've also pushed falsehoods like officers will be laid off in 10 days, not true.
KCPD is controlled by the state through an appointed board of commissioners. The mayor says this recent move by the city council simply gives partial control back to taxpayers by letting elected officials have oversight over those funds.
I think the legislature has a view that they can tell the taxpayers of Kansas City that you have to pay 90% of your budget to the police department. You have no voice in it. That is unconscionable in many ways. I don't think there's a judge in America that would stand up for that, so I welcome the opportunity to discuss it.
He says the department is fully funded until January 2022, so even if the recently reallocated funds end up stuck in litigation, the department can pay their bills and their people. Lucas says he thinks litigation is unnecessary, but he welcomes it if it comes.
And if it takes a judge to declare that we have a voice, then we'll roll with that too.
Final check on the weather is next. We take time now to honor a local veteran. Sergeant William Mentzer served in the U.S. Army with the 23rd Infantry during the Korean War. He received 3 Bronze Stars and a Combat Infantry Badge. His hometown, Iola, Kansas, and we are proud to salute Sergeant William Mentzer. He's tonight's 4-state hero. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, we'll have the latest on the search for 2 inmates who escaped from Cherokee County, Kansas last night. Also, government officials are demanding answers after a U.S. intelligence report on COVID-19. Going to check out as well a new comedy about the things pets say to each other. That and much more tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Jordan, thanks. Lego has just revealed its largest set ever, a world map. It includes 11,000 pieces. When it's constructed, the map is more than 2 feet high, 3 feet wide. The set comes with a white Lego frame and 2 hanging elements to showcase your masterpiece. It also comes with pins to highlight specific destinations like future trips or maybe where you've visited. Lego's largest set comes with a substantial price tag as well. It costs $250. It's going to be available on the Lego website June 1st. Lego makes products aimed at pretty much everybody of every age. Pretty smart marketing, really.
Yeah.
They keep making the products and they find someone who wants it. Rain chances a bit tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have some isolated showers and a few thunder showers through the rest of the evening. And then I think most of tonight's going to be okay. We'll have a few isolated ones again for us tomorrow. Better thunderstorm chances, especially late Thursday night. Some of those could be severe, so we need to focus on that the next couple days.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.